only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough? And I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God. You are the place. Moves and breathes and has we are the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God. You are the place.
I want to say thank you, Jessica. What you guys don't know in the room is that we had that big storm on Monday night. And we had some shingles that were off on that end of the building, and we got water on some of the equipment back there. So I'm sure that what happened was related to that. We've been experiencing a little bit of that this morning. Luckily, the roof is fixed. Thank you. So I'd like to invite the young people to step forward as we celebrate them this morning and know that they are this very present place where God shows up in our lives. And so we share together. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ as you, just as you are. Thank you. Have a great morning, guys. So this morning, as we share in our time of prayer, I would like to invite you to hold Craig Chandler in your heart as he continues in his rehab following his surgery. We also want to hold anyone else who is experiencing health challenges in our heart consciousness this morning, within our community, our families, those that we know around the country and the world. We want to hold a consciousness for peace and wholeness for those experiencing violence. And this morning, we want to celebrate the day that we are living and this beautiful space on planet Earth that we inhabit. So I invite you to close your eyes, Take a deep breath. Move your awareness to that inner sacred space where the very presence of God resides. That space where you come into oneness with that presence of God. The presence of love, the very substance upon which we find everything built. That is what we are holding in our awareness. It is from this sacred space of prayerful consciousness that we are able to know and affirm the truths beneath circumstances. For those who are healing, we can affirm the truth of wholeness and health. We can affirm the truth of well-being and the movement of the very life and light of God, reigniting the cells within the body, bringing life. We can affirm the truth beneath the perceptions of violence and division. And we can affirm the truth of oneness in God. We can affirm the truth that God is in every circumstance. We set aside our inner judgments and our inner fears and just simply move into the space of faith, knowing God is there. We allow ourselves the time and the silence to hold prayers that have gone unspoken this morning. And as we breathe and feel the connectivity of this moment, we affirm that we are never alone. We are, in fact, the place where God shows up. We are so very grateful for this opportunity to be the hands, the feet, the voice, and the love of God in our world. And in the name and the nature of the living Christ within, we say together, and so it is. Amen.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day. I'm more loving every moment, every day. I surrender every moment, every day.
Good morning. I am Monique Boyd. I will lead us in today's affirmation and meditation. We will take a breath to center our intention, then affirm together. Let's take a breath. And let's say together, I have the wisdom to see my abundance through darkness. Again, I have the wisdom to see my abundance through darkness. Another deep breath. Together, divine grace shines through me as bright as the universe. Again, divine grace shines through me as bright as the universe. And so it is. Amen. As we go into meditation, I want you to get comfortable in your seats. Either lower your eyelids or close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath and let it out slowly. Let your body relax and take another deep breath and let it out slowly. Let us go to the center of your heart space. Feel the connection with divine. Take another nice deep breath and let it out slowly. This total eclipse is very special. It does not require special glasses to see. You are the universe. You have a front row seat and a view that will not hurt your eyes. You are one with divine. As we watch this beautiful experience unfold, we come together, united, to see the essence and wonder of this moment. In the light, you see all you have before you, how abundant you are, not only in material wealth, but you have family, friends, pets, you have clothes, food, and shelter. The darkness is not bad, not evil or malice. Some may think only of negative things in the darkness. Not so. You are also abundant with beauty, wisdom, grace, mercy, peace, love, and out of darkness comes light. When you are ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. This is my creed, I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Is there anyone who can't remember a time when you had less money and you did just fine compared to where we were? We've come all this far. Why not spend the day enjoying where we are? I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed, I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Take a quick look back at dreams of yesterday, dreams of living the life that you live today. We spend so much time wanting so much more when there's plenty here to be thankful for. I have more than enough of all that I need to do all I can do, be all I can be as I go through this day. This is my creed, I have more than enough of all that I need. I have more than enough of all that I need. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough. Hey, na, 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 more than enough.
secretly who wanted to get up and dance but was too shy? I see a couple hands. Well, good morning again. We do have more than enough, don't we? We always wind up having what we need. And this morning, it marks the beginning of the Prosperity series that will last 7 weeks, but it'll feel like 8. We'll have a break in the middle that will be quite fun with Joshua and Nacio. But right now, we are starting out, looking at grace. And grace is the goodwill of God to aid in the renewal of life, right? We've been talking about grace. That's the theme for April. And the power, of course, as you know, is wisdom. And we know that prosperity is defined as the consciousness of God as abundant and everywhere present, unfailing resource, ready for all who open themselves to it through faith. And so this definition of prosperity includes grace, doesn't it? That very presence that we're seeking, that we seek to express, that we seek to receive, it is everywhere completely present. So this series on Sunday mornings is based on the book How to Achieve Universal Prosperity, this book right here, and experience happiness, health, inner peace, and financial freedom. And this is written by Reverends Bil and Cher Holton, who some of you are familiar with. They are usually partnered in author credits with Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck, so you may recognize their names from that. And the first principle that we are looking at, which is this book has the 7 principles that are of truth and prosperity, and it pairs them with the myths that are often shared or believed to be present in prosperity teaching. And so the first one that we are looking at this morning is tithing. And when I first heard this, I thought, I don't know, that seems counterintuitive, right? But what we're really looking at is tithing being the requirement, right? So today, as we're exploring this, tithing is the 10% and then getting tenfold in return, right? So if we're giving 10%, we get tenfold in return. And that's the question, tenfold, really? Because when we give from a space of hoping to receive, are we really giving? Or are we preparing to see what we're entitled to? So that's the question. And here's the response that I've had from some folks as we've been talking about this is, but it's in the Bible. But it's in the Bible. And you're right, it is in the scriptures. It's in the Hebrew scriptures. And it is in the scriptures of Malachi and Proverbs. And what tithing is referring to in those scriptures is Leviticus law, right? When Moses took the Israelites, they disbanded into 12 tribes. One of them was the Levites. And these Levites were the governing body over the finances of the whole. So they were the ones who were receiving the taxes. And so, it is spoken that you are required to give 10% of all that you have. But that wasn't based on choice. It was the law. It was a tax. How many people did their taxes last Monday? Or before? How many people sat there and thought, well, I get to choose how much I give? Nope, you didn't. You looked at it maybe begrudgingly and said, man, how is it so much? Or maybe you had this really wonderful sense of always having enough and said, yes, I knew I was going to get a refund. I don't know where you were. But hopefully, wherever you were, you realized that this was a community because of community. We're giving taxes because we live in this community called Kansas, Wichita, United States, right? So we're giving to that. And so as we move forward and we look at this from maybe Jesus's perspective, did Jesus teach tithing? Did Jesus teach tithing? Anybody brave enough? Carol's saying, I don't know. Well, the answer is no. Jesus did not teach tithing. Jesus taught the consciousness. Jesus taught that we had this free will. We always have a choice. But what we are called to do is to uphold the law. And so the law, what was the law that Jesus spoke about the most? Anybody remember? We talked about it last week. Love your neighbor. Love the Lord your God with your whole heart, your soul, your mind. Love your neighbor as yourself, right? So when we give because we expect to get 10% back or tenfold back, we're not really giving. We're giving to get, which is a whole different energy, isn't it? And when we're looking at prosperity, we're looking at a consciousness. In Universal Prosperity, where this is really what we're getting to the root of, is the consciousness of being. With what energy are we moving and behaving around the world? And in Universal Prosperity, it says that giving increases your consciousness of abundance. When we give, we become more aware. We become more aware. Think about those times that you consciously decide to be in gratitude, right? When you live in a consciousness of gratitude, what happens? You find more and more and more things to be grateful for. All of a sudden, you have blessings abound, right? Is that true? Yeah. Okay, so when we are looking at a prosperity consciousness and we are giving from our inner core, sometimes that's 10%. Sometimes that's 3%, 5%. Sometimes it's more than 10%. The whole idea is that we are moving from this inner guided sanctuary of oneness with God. And it is that is informing us, that is compelling us forward into giving where we are spiritually fed. So the cycle of giving and receiving, and it is a cycle, isn't it? Because when I do give, I start being in that flow, the flow of giving and receiving, which is different than an experience of feeling entitled, right? It's a whole different energy, whole different meaning. When I consciously choose to be in the cycle and the flow of giving and receiving, I am bringing my whole self forward. When I'm paying taxes, am I doing that? No. So this isn't to say that if you give 10%, you shouldn't do that. Please continue to do that. We appreciate it. But that is to say that if the word tithe or giving challenges you, as I know it does many that I've talked with here in this community and those who are watching online, the word tithe in the understanding that we have grown to hold it is a giving where we are spiritually fed. Giving where we find our spiritual home, where our inner spiritual guidance brings us into communion. So how does the consciousness of generosity, that flow of giving and receiving, how does it show up? One of the ways that it shows up in our lives is that we give to give. We just give to give, not to get. I was on the phone with a good friend of mine last week, and she shared with me that something astonishing happened. Her friend called her out of the blue and said, "Guess what? I sold my business." And she said, "Wow, congratulations." And her friend who sold the business said, "I'm a multimillionaire." And she said, "Wow, congratulations." And she said, "You know what? I'm buying you a new kitchen." And my friend said, "No, you're not." And she said, "Yeah, I am. I've always said that I wanted to do something really extraordinary for you because you're you. And you show up in the world in a way that supported me my whole life." So my friend, after lots of thinking, she said, "You know what? Fine, I'm going to take it." And she called her millionaire friend and said, "Hey, I'll take it. Are you sure? Are you sure?" And her friend said, "I can't wait to get started. My face hurts," because she's been smiling so much. They give to give. Another story that's not quite on the extreme side of being a millionaire, but on the other side of just having enough and knowing that you want to share. My family and I used to live in a neighborhood that was right across the street from this young family who always had a mariachi band in the garage. And I would go over and I'd kind of complain sometimes because it'd be getting to be 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And "Can you guys turn it down?" And so any time that they saw us, they would come over and they would bring us food. They wanted to give us what they had. And I thought, wow, they must really be doing great for themselves to share these huge platters of delicious foods. And then I discovered shortly thereafter that the patriarch of the family had injured himself, and they were really struggling. But because we were neighbors, because we were partners in the community, they wanted to give, to give. Giving is an investment in the mutual happiness and contentment. I think they may have been trying to buy us off. Maybe. Giving raises levels of joy. It raises the levels of well-being that we experience in our bodies and in our consciousness. It deepens the community. When we give where we are spiritually fed, we are giving back to the people, the space, the consciousness that is built there in that container, wherever it is. And it builds that community and oneness. And finally, it demonstrates detachment. What does that mean? What that means is that we are no longer attached to the perceived or imagined outcome that we're anxiously holding on to. That sometimes even we hold on so tight that we can burn our hands, right? So we're detaching from the outcome. We're surrendering to the very presence of God to be active in our lives. And this is that principle of giving and receiving. I give as I am called. I don't give out of fear. I give as I am called. And the detachment comes when we allow ourselves to give as we're called, even when our ego or our mind say, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" Right? What if I don't have enough food? Should I really take it to the neighbor? My question is if you are living in the principle of this prosperity, consciousness, giving and receiving, then you will always have enough. So, how do we define tithing? Bil and Cher Holton share this wonderful new definition of tithing, and it is this: the indwelling truth harmoniously increases never-ending good. Tithing. The indwelling truth harmoniously increases never-ending good. Our source of supply is that very presence of God. There is a never-ending good. So, this is a really good time to invite you to consider joining our prosperity class that's happening on Tuesday nights. We've only met one time, so if you'd like to join, you still can. It is focused on the book, It's Not Your Money, How to Live Fully from Divine Abundance, and it's on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. If you would like to join it, please let me know. I will send you the email to get you updated and get you started. So, I would like to invite you to just imagine for a moment water pouring down from a waterfall. You can hear it, you feel the spray, and you simply walk underneath it. Feel it wash over your face, wetting your hair, rolling over your shoulders, down your back. You step through, you emerge, and you are drenched. Imagine in this moment that you have just stepped into the flow of generosity. Where will you take it next? And so it is. And I don't come off the stage because Patty's not here. So here we are at the time of receiving our tithes and offerings. And as we do this, we want to hold in our consciousness that we are putting God first in our financial lives. For those watching online, you can share your love offering, tithe, or donation through the QR codes that come up on the screen. There will be one for PayPal and one for our direct giving online. And for those of us in the building, there is a bowl in the back of the sanctuary. But for in this moment, when those QR codes come up, if you'd like to give electronically, you can certainly take a picture and click the QR code that you desire. But for in this moment, I invite you to place your hand over your heart, imagining your donation, your love offering, your tithe, seeing it blessed as we say together, divine love flowing from me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful. And so it is.
Stream of good flows through me. Stream of good, how the sweet waters roll. It is rushing, it is pouring, it is flowing. It is God, it is good. I am floating, moving with the water. My source, my supply, my stream of good flows through me. Stream of good, how the sweet waters roll. Stream of good flows through me. Stream of good, how the sweet waters roll. It is rushing, it is pouring, it is flowing. It is God, it is good. I am floating, moving with the water. My source, my supply, my stream of good.
And so this morning, as we celebrate our own stream of good and the stream of experience that we share together, I'd like to invite you to imagine your tithes and offerings that have been received, that has come electronically, who will be in the plate, who will be mailed, wherever it is coming from, we see it. We allow it. We celebrate this opportunity to be in the free flow of giving and receiving. It is in this moment that we know and affirm that all of these gifts go forward to support the mission of inspiring spiritual transformation. And we know that we are here by divine appointment for this divine idea that is Unity of Wichita. We are so very grateful, and in the name, the nature of the living Christ within, we say together, and so it is. Amen. Good morning, Mr. Wayne Donner.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day.
It is that.
I always feel like a rock star moving this.
Okay, let's see. The first announcement Samantha made about the prosperity class on Tuesday evenings at 6:30. Join us next Sunday for the first spiritual deep dive facilitated by Wendy Prater. This monthly event will be an opportunity to be in fellowship and make deeper connections in our community. The focus for each month will be on the theme, which this month is grace. Light snacks will be provided. The expected duration of the get-together is 45 minutes.
Oh, it'll be fun.
Yes, if you've been around long enough, we used to have a similar type meeting event Wednesday evenings. Okay, now on May 5th, we will welcome Joshua Anasio, formerly called Rama Anasio. He will offer the Sunday message, followed by a workshop titled Sound Alchemy and Your Divine Blueprint at 1 o'clock. And the cost for that webinar is $33.
He'll be here in person. It will be a workshop
Yes,
in person. Okay, you said webinar. I just wanted to clarify.
I know.
Okay.
That's the word that came. If a word comes, you don't push it away, because sometimes I find the words don't come. But that's another topic. Okay. Earth Day United was celebrated here yesterday. We welcomed 80 visitors. So thank you to everyone who pitched in and helped with that. It was a pretty impressive event. We had electric vehicles on display. We had a food truck and all kinds of folks who brought in their booths and displays and information. UBU is camping at Ebb and Flow event.
So,
all that's
let me
there.
tell you all about that.
Okay, I would appreciate
So,
it
as
if
Eleanor mentioned, for the UBU event, Ebb and Flow is an event happening at Riverside Park. It is the first time, I think, that there's been a group of people encouraged to come and camp at Riverside Park. It will be a potluck-style event. You're welcome to bring your tent and camp. And it's a community event, so Unity will have a presence there. We'll be giving away or sharing in the potluck, sharing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's a really fun thing that lots of kids hopefully will enjoy and appreciate. And if you'd like to go for the day and just hang out, or if you want to be brave and take your tent, you'll want to connect with Eleanor Ferris or call us at the office and we'll get you connected. And before we do anything else, I'm getting, no fires. Thank you. I didn't understand that. But I do want to say one thing. The event that happened yesterday was put on by Jessica Maldonado, and there was another person, her name was Randy, who works with one of the other community groups. This brought together people from all over the city. I don't remember the number of vendors, but I think it was close to 30 different people, organizations throughout the city that came together. So wonderful job, Jessica. Thank you. Anything else? Oh, we do
Camping.
have something else.
Now I know why Sheila carried in those 2 large jars of peanut butter this morning.
Yes, you do.
One announcement that isn't on my list is I wanted to let everybody know that midweek, last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the official date is, the board entered into a contract to sell the church and the property. So thank you. We feel the same way. So just wanted to let you know that we are moving forward in that direction. And that's a very positive step that we took last week because we've been, by my notes, we've been working on it for about 13 months. Mm-hmm. That's all I have.
Thank you. All right, and so with that, I'd like to invite you to stand and make connection as we share in the prayer of protection, followed by the peace song. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.